This podcast is sponsored by the Tic Tacs. They have released a new product called the Thick Tac. Yes, it's 10 times bigger than the original Tic Tac, and will leave you with a mouthful of horse teeth. Let's send it. Welcome to the Daft Lad podcast. I take no prisoners, just inmates, whatever that fucking means. Daft. Hey up, bud. Yeah, no, I'm fuming really, because I've accepted all these cookies on internet for the past few years. Never been sent any of them. I'm going to complain. Welcome everyone to episode 7 of the Daft Lad podcast with me, Tommy Phosphorus, and I'm a big fan of border control. Nah, I'm joking. I do like border control. I like controlled borders. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. I've kind of had a rogue fucked up last minute because I've just had the thought of possibly having an ulcer. And every time you think of having an ulcer, you get one. It's foreshadowing. You get one the next week, so I'm fuming really. Easter's gonna be fucked. Don't know if that happens to you in your life, but if you think about something out of the blue for the first time in ages, it's gonna happen the next week. Foreshadowing. I don't know if it works if you do it like this, but let's think of something that you really want something to happen. Woolworths. Not seen that in ages. No, I've not been in a shop in ages. Right, I've said it. Gonna come back in the next few months. Watch out for this, yeah? Yeah? Oh shit, wait there. I could have picked so much more. I've not won the lottery in ages. I don't know if Have I ever talked about this on the podcast? I once accidentally left me a spoon in the microwave before when I was baking. Never put any cutlery in the microwave before, but when I did, it was like Zeus just fucking sneezed. I made my own weather. It was mental. Fucking lightning everywhere. Didn't rain. I don't know if you've heard this episode in series 1 of the Daft Lad podcast, right? And it's when I talk about college, nostalgia, memories, everything we can relate to going to secondary school. I've thought of a few more stories which you're going to like, you might relate to as well. So I'm going to reel them off because I like to put them on the podcast because it's fun, isn't it? So here's one. There's the snowing story, which me and my mate Holmesy, absolute G, never said that in my life, we'd be in quite a lot of lessons together, and our little prank that we'd pull on the whole class and the teacher was, even if it was the height of summer, just like shout when it's quiet and like point at the window, snowing, and everyone would look like that. What is snowing? Like that, and you go, fucked it, pranked. Yeah, not really funny really, but it's quite fun when you're 14. And so you do that all spring, all summer, all like autumn, every week or so. Snowing, and everyone looks, and then by the end of it, they're like, kind of get used to it. But then when it gets to winter, and everyone wants it to snow for school, you know, so you'd have to go in, me and Zach would just shout it, just like one off in winter, and fucking get them all, you know what I mean? Oh my god, it's snowing! And then when it's actually snowing, you do it, and they're like, fuck off, Scotty, fuck Holmesy, fuck you off. And then they don't look like, yeah, I know, it's snowing. Look, it's white. So that's a lengthy prank, yearly prank. You can use that one if you want. This one I can't really remember, but someone said to me that back in primary school, when you were like year 5 and 6, that they used to steal the blue tack from posters around the primary school walls. I think I do remember doing this. I don't know what I needed at home to be put up. Maybe a bullet for my Valentine poster or something in year 5. But yeah, is that a thing? Did you do that? Blue tack, stealing it from walls? Pretty rogue. Time was better, secondary or primary school? I miss primary school. I used to be going to dinner hall, and the teacher would come and knock on a spoon. The whole place would quieten, and he'd just go, if your chip is too big, cut it. A few seconds. And then everyone starts talking again and starts whacking it carrot sticks or something. And then secondary school, yeah, it's half and half. You're either having a good time or a shit time. I like nostalgia. Also, in secondary school, which was the best year? Year 7, year 8, year 9, or year 10 or 11 when you think you're fucking boss at school, but actually you're just a dick. Head. The thing with year 7, you're shit scared, you got your fucking Fanta pencil case, right? You actually have pens. Towards year 9, 10, 11, you just, scrounge a pen off floor or something, I don't know. Year 8, you aren't the youngest anymore, you start being a cocky bastard, and then there's some dickheads in year 8 who just need a roundhouse from year 11. That'll sort them out, their fucking ego. Jesus. And then year 9 is quite cool, because when people come back from the summer holiday between year 8 and year 9, and everyone's going 5 foot taller. Your mate Jack's growing a beard, he's got a nose piercing, and he's got a fucking mortgage. You're like, Jack, you alright, bud? What's happened? Have you been to year 2014 and got fucking lost, mate? What are you doing? And then you get to year 10 where it gets a bit more serious, but you can't be too cocky because you aren't the oldest yet. The year 11s will sense that out and start slicing your shins and kicking hamstrings, you know what I mean? All the strings. But year 10 is where you have a bit of a daft laugh and have a good time. I like year 10. Good shit. Apart from work experience, I did mine for 1 week. I don't know if they still do that now, but if that was a taster of what was to come, pure dog eggs. And I knew that. I knew it was going to be dog eggs forever, and it is. I was right. Yeah, for my work experience, I went to a fish farm for a week in Pickering. Pretty good that, feeding fish, getting in a lorry with Big Kev, taking me places with a million fish. I used to get in pond with a million fish and just like guide them all towards a tube to be sucked off into a lorry. Fair play. And then you get to year 11, you're like, oh mate, I am the dog's eggs, the dog's bollocks, man. My voice is slow as fucking obsidian, man. Oh shit. You walk around like your own place. You know, you got earphones tied on your neck, put it in there, got some fucking MC Devo on. I never did that. Holmesy did that. I'd be walking around college with my earphones in all the time. Full blast. We Are the Ocean, Death Havana, A Day to Remember, Emo Life. Then we'd go do band practice every break. And then lunchtime, go get some shitty pasta from Barbara at the dinner hall. And then send it back and play fucking Green Day Holiday on loop for an hour. And then you're like, in the afternoon, oh mate, do you want to play some Xbox tonight? Lads, let's get 10 of us all on COD. Get home, 3 o'clock till midnight, COD. Do it the next day. That's the shit. It's class, wasn't it? You just like, get up on a college morning, year 11, year 10. You know who your mates are there. And you're walking into school, and as you're walking into school, you'll come up with one of the hundreds of mates that you've got. And you'll have a daft laugh, like, hey up, bud, how you doing? You haven't seen him in like a week, and then the next day you're like, hey, bud, how you doing? And then there's like 5 of your mates walking, and you're like, can I join? Yeah, of course. But and then you all go off to your lessons after a bit of a banter, have a shit time, because that's the worst bit, doing the work. And then you walk into lessons with your mates, you're walking past loads of your mates, oh, it's class, I love it. You know me, I love a bit of nostalgia. Then you walk into the canteen and see 10 of your fucking mates, you're like, hey up, shit eater, how you doing? And then you go to lunch, get some shitty pasta, or a crab fucking sandwich. Go play some Avenged Sevenfold with band lads. Smash the afternoon in. Every 2 weeks on a Monday we leave at 2:15 for, I don't know what it was. Maybe the teachers couldn't be arsed on a Monday every 2 weeks, so that was pretty cool. Go home, play COD or Red Dead Redemption Online all night. And love it. Here's some more college banter. I was in the school footy team, played left back, and only scored 2 goals in 5 years for the college, right? And they were both from the halfway line on a full-size pitch, which is my biggest achievement. It's not on my CV, is it? So the best goal was on the men's size pitch, right? Year 10, against a place called Eskdale School in the quarterfinals of the cup, and that meant everything back in the day. Footy winning, you felt cool as fuck. We were losing 1-0, right? And for some reason, ball comes to halfway line, a bit to the left, because I'm left back, you see. And it comes maybe 10 yards into my box, my area, you know, past the halfway line. And for some reason, I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to smash this. Goal was like 50 yards away. Hit it with me lace, and it went straight as fuck, never moved one bit. Went over about 20 people's heads. No, I'm lying, 15. Looped off at keeper, top corner. Never really scored before because I'm a left back. And the running joke in my team was I've never scored since the under-10s in my Sunday League team. So I was like, oh, under-10s, it went in, they all fucking jumped to me. I'm like, how do you celebrate? Everyone's jumping on me, get the fuck off. So yeah, we lost that match. Because the referee was our manager, and for some reason he thought he'd try to be nice to other team and give him something, I can't remember. Fuming. Still fuming. 10 years on? No. 8 years on. And then the other goal was... This was, I don't know if this was more of a fluke, but it went in from halfway line. It's on like maybe a 3/4 size pitch against Pickering, Lady Lumleys, our, like, let's say rivals. They weren't, it's because they just fucking live close. I think this was like year 11, September. And again, it came to halfway line, and it was more of a clearance, but this time with my left foot, my weak foot. Again, it just went straight, and it looped over their keeper and went in. And I didn't do that... I didn't do a celebration. I just ran back to my position like James Milner, just looking out as fuck, like, yeah. Everyone else was watching, like, in my head, like, oh my god, he's world class. But actually, I'm not. It was just a fluke. I don't know if you had like an ice cream van that would be outside your school. We had one. And you wouldn't be allowed to go, but you'd go anyway. So the ice cream van would sit there on a break time, lunch time, and after school. Not really allowed to do it, but literally right outside the gates. So you just use all your money that you'd use for lunch on the ice cream van. Go get a 25p cola bottle, 25p energy drink, some those laces, 50p bag, 1 penny sweets for 50p. You know what I mean? Go get that shit. So I thought, before the footy match at home, I'll go get a few energy drinks from ice cream van. I'll have some of them before the match, and I'll play fucking mint. I'll have more energy. Didn't. Gave me shits, and I felt so heavy in the legs. Heavy limbs. Don't do it. Anyway, let's say that's half time on the college banter. Let's play some tunes, and we'll get back on it, yeah?
Is your life just a scream that you always sing? Keep isolating yourself in your fragile world.
Here we go, some more college nostalgia now, and in my French lessons, I only did French in year 7 to year 9, always watch Mr. Bean's Holiday. What the fuck's that about? Did that happen to you? Like, what? Because it's set in France, obviously. In RS, Religious Studies, did that for maybe year 7 till maybe year 10. She's always putting Vicar of fucking Dibley on. Every time we got to Christmas, right, today, students, we're going to be putting on the Vicar of Dibley Christmas special. Ooh. The quality on that was awful. Fucking 1 bit. It's fucking mad race days at college, right? Because you have that lesson on condoms, putting a condom on a fucking purple bullet of a dick, right? But that's as close you're going to get to be doing it. But you don't do that with the drink and driving or the drug abuse kind of lesson. You're like, they don't bring in some dib-dab sherbet, you start snorting a line. You actually get into a car after a few fucking carlins at school and crash it. Oh, well, I won't do that again. Oh yeah, they used to bring in the beer goggles on the ace day when you're learning about drink driving and all this stuff. You never used to, like, you know, put the beer goggles on and you get picked. Right, can someone raise their hand if they want to be the dummy for this next bit? Right, here we go, you, right. Can you get in this Ford Fiesta, go about 30, 40, beer goggles on, see how far you get? Jesus. And then there was always a picture of some ashy lungs when you're doing the smoking one. It's like, ugh, fuck off, it looks like brisket. Oh, yeah, this, I've got another college story, and this one's quite grim, is this. It's, I don't know if you remember the sport handball became a thing in like 2009-10. I think our school just wanted to be different. Fucking idiots. But handball is like netball, but you can move. It's like a cross between netball and footy. You can run with the ball, throw it into the hand, throw it into a goal. And I think we were having our first handball game against Lady Lumley's. So this was in a sports hall. New. Skirting board. Had a little like ridge coming out from the wall. Skirting board, right? This lad called Jordan, grabbed the ball. He was running down the wing, but really close to the wall. You know the classic sports hall walls is like, what is it? Fucking brick concrete. You know, the grey stuff. And he got tripped up, and he fell. His kneecap fell onto the skirting board, right? His kneecap hit the skirting board, and he was decked on the floor. He was just like, ah! And I was like, you alright, Jord, lad? And I looked at his knee, and you could see his bone. You could see his kneecap. All cap, no skin. It was fucking grim. I basically saw Geordie's skeleton. You know what I mean? Oh, grim. Imagine seeing your kneecap. Anyway, let's play some tunes.
Is your life just a scream that you always sing? Keep isolating yourself in your fragile world.
I've got a few more stories here. This is basically every series I've got a college nostalgia relatable episode. This is it apparently. So I was in set 5 for everything with all the scarecrows and the hay bales. That's what everyone used to say. Fuck off. Good banter though, innit? And basically set 5 is like not as smart as set 1. Set 1 we're doing like A stars in physics and chemistry and all this. And my science, set 5, was doing it was called ELBS, environmental land-based science. So basically we got taught about animals and farming and shit. There was a farm on the college, right? Proper Yorkshire, innit? And most lessons we'd get into the classroom, everyone sit down. It's like, right, today we're going to go on the farm. It's -2 outside and it's foggy as shit. So we're going to go to the farm and you're going to go put the overalls on and you're going to muck out the cow shit. So you get a wheelbarrow and get one of those big fucking forks and go into the cow pen and put all the cow manure into the wheelbarrow and then go push it out outside. So all day, because of how cold it was, all day you just stink of fucking shit. But to be honest, I learnt more doing that than I did learning about, I don't know, skeleton and kneecaps, just like Geordie Welf, you know what I mean? So yeah, you stink of shit, and if you sprayed yourself a whole bottle of Lynx on you for 10 minutes, that'll probably do the trick for about an hour, you know what I mean? Lynx chocolate. So it's quite weird that I'm recording this on April the 3rd, and I feel like I'm recording fucking Game of Thrones. It's going to be out next year, you know what I mean? So by the time this Series 2 ends, it'll be fucking September probably. Which is cool, because Series 1, I put out an episode every Friday for like 3 or 4 months. So it was maybe 15 episodes. But this is cool. This is cool as this. This is my favourite series yet. Just like everyone says. Every time my band puts out a new song, it's like, this is the best song I've ever put out. And then you get to the next release, it's like, the last one was shit. This is the best song I've ever put out. Fuck marketing. I just say, this is pretty shit. Have a listen. Have your opinion. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was quite a not as daft episode, but a nice little wholesome episode. You know what I mean? We'll be fucking daft as shit next week. That was one of those deep episodes, like on Walking Dead episode 3 or something, where you don't really give a shit. Let us know if you relate to any of my college stories. I think it was like episode maybe 5 or 6 from Series 1 is my main college banter. Got some really funny stories in there from when I used to count the bricks in exams. There was a lot of bricks, especially the mock exams. And but yeah, that was a lovely episode, was that. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, let us know if you've got any funny questions or stories, and I'll read them out on the podcast. Email me at thedaftladpodcast@gmail.com, or follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, at the Daft Lad Podcast. Hello, John. And I will see you next time for some more daft shit in the Daft Lad Podcast. With me, Tommy Phosphorus. I'm joking. Sweet. Right, I'm going to go to Farm Foods and perform an exorcism for 20 minutes. So I'll see you next week. Bye.